Ecology of life is the concern of mankind about the harmony of the universe. The most complicated and subtle relationship of the surrounding world is destroyed under the push of and naive decision of recent centuries. Impacts of both on the material area and on the ethical foundation of the world. Hard, liquid, gaseous waste, greenhouse effect, radioactive radiation, and endless wars reduce the resources of the universe to an exponential degree. The ecology of consciousness and morality is no less rapidly deteriorating, displacing soundness and humanity with an infinity amount. Special prepared surrogate. Is it difficult to say what humanity pays more attention to, its perfection or its degradation? All in large amounts are invested in these two poles, accelerating the critical mass of potential difference. Yours, over the past half century, has become the owner of so many benefits that they have not resolved over the previous millennium, and the amount of suicide and depressive variation occurs is an avalanche-like stream. What to do? Tyler, who masters the computer, considers himself much smarter than his grandfather, who writes with a fountain pen. The world has changed every 5 years. Is it different? And everything old throw from the ship of modernity. Billions of people are groaning for home shrines that have opened to illiterate shepherds are not worth a penny. There is an illusion that globalism and vulgarity are synonyms, and globalism is therefore already causing fierce resistance. Not only ethnic, not only confessional, leaders will be countries that will be better than others to creating a new lifestyle, including a pause of contemplation in serious affairs, get right, or the favor of activity of fornication of labor which is in our blood. Mandelstam. Pioneers can be both large and small countries, strong and weak. We don't know who will break ahead, but everyone should start. The decisive is not economics, but pedagogy. Starting with kindergarten, children grasp the beginning of new on faster than adults. I recall the words of a girl on 4. Mom, do not speak loudly. The trees dry up from this. From early childhood, one can cultivate an understanding of the joy the contemplation gives, and this prepare people for reassessment of values, for the transition from inertia to the unlimited expansion of the technogenic world to a civilization of contemplation, spiritual growth, and balance with nature. If we just call people to limit our needs, nothing will come of it except discard. Peter nods to Ivan, Europe to America, Asia to Europe, and turn can only be given by the discovery of the value on contemplation, a pause on contemplation of deeds in dialogues, in discussions, in the development of the souls. The school cannot be distracted from today, cannot not prepare programmers, lawyers, managers, but today is fleeting and the current carries it to death. The word kala in Sanskrit is homonym, both time and death, and culture that has not found support in the eternal will fall under the pressure of change. Schools can and should be taught a pause on contemplation, through art, through literature, over time using television if it turns to the greatest problem of the century. We need environmentally friendly thoughts, conclusions and decisions, objective diagnosis of material and mental toxicity if is necessary, and radical measures. Let us touch on the urban problem of concentration of people as a toxic factor of mentality and spirituality. Dunbar determines the optimal number of social connections that a person is able to maintain, distinguish one person from another. This is due to the mental abilities of intelligence. Various parallel studies lead to a range of 100 to 150, and if you take it as point optimality, that a decrease on quantity will lead to an increase in anxiety and sadness, and an increase will lead to excessive excitement, stadiums, various shows, demonstration, etc., and a protective reaction to the psyche. indifference and loss of sensuality and sympathy, or bringing excitement to a paranormal state, drugs, alcohol, and to the ending and end suicide. The problem of loneliness is a crowd consists of two highly toxic concepts: loneliness as deep experiences of sadness and loss, and a crowd of impressionable mass devoid of individuality and sympathy. The craft on convenient forum for market manipulation and political ideas. The megapolis is a most convenient format for the spread of toxicity. Of course, is it a concentration of architectural masterpieces, shopping, and entertainment. But like any concentrated substrate, it must be dosed. Otherwise, it is poison. It is these reflections that lead to the saving paradigm of dispersion urbanism, which combines places of small settlement with high-tech logistics and the quality of society. These are roads and transport, local power generation, trade, educational and infrastructure networks, flexible production concepts that replace global concerns in the same territory. The ecology of human life should lead to low-rise construction equivalent in terms of cost and ability to cars, communication, and everyday surroundings. It is just as fast to change and dispose of as evolutionary change in the modern world require. For centuries, real works of art should remain. Everything else can change and change again. And the weight of the vehicle is related to the weight of the function carried cargo of passengers, then the weight of the buildings to the functions they perform in them is several orders of magnitude, thousands and hundreds of thousands of times. Hence the cost, complexity, and timing of construction, almost zero disposal, and importantly, an endless lag behind the request of modern comfort and ecology of life. The tale of the three little pigs adapted in different contexts.